Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today is the 24th of September, 2016. And Anthony Pat sent me this link this morning, but I was already well aware of it, but I still appreciate the link at any rate. It says the Satanic Temple to open international headquarters in Salem, Massachusetts. And it shows a statue of the devil, and he's chained up. The poor guy. He's just so misunderstood. Salem residents are feeling unsettled after receiving word that the Satanic Temple is moving its international headquarters to an old Victorian mansion in the Massachusetts town. Now, here's a picture of this Massachusetts town. It's a long main road that's very busy that goes from Salem, Massachusetts in that direction to Beverly, Massachusetts in the other direction. And this follows the coastline. This is the building in question. That is now the Satanic International Headquarters right there. Notice they've got the flag hanging out the window. And this used to be a funeral home, and most recently it was a Salem art gallery. And they contend that they still have art displays inside the building. And they do have displays in the building. Art, I don't know about that. Aside from the main building is a large shed that's outside. Notice that the opening is pointing towards this fence so that nobody can see in. And there's a group of people out here that I had the privilege of listening to them chatting and how they were discounting that people, according to them, Christians say, without the 10 Commandments, people would be running around raping each other. I heard that word raping over and over and over, and all they were using was obscenities. Just saying. Now back to the article. It says, most recently, the Bridge Street structure operated as a Salem art gallery. The Satanic Temple plans to continue holding exhibits at this site, which they do. I wouldn't call them art, but they're definitely exhibits. Organization spokesman Lucien Greaves said that Satanic Temple, quote unquote, isn't an attack on anybody, and stressed that members won't be going door to door or affecting neighbors' lives in any ways. Salem officials say they are currently working to better understand the temple's use. Now, if you go to the temple, be prepared to pay up, $12 to be exact. You pay them $12 and they'll give you this lovely little commemorative card with the Baphomet on it, and the upside down pentagram, and then they stamp this lucky red pentagram on there, and I'll tell you what that's for later. But on the back side of this commemorative entry admission card is a lovely picture of the Baphomet statue we've all heard so much about. Now, the one thing I asked them about, I said, why doesn't the Baphomet actually have breasts? And the woman that worked there told me the reason they decided to not include breasts on this 1.5-ton, 9-foot tall bronze sculpture of Baphomet is they didn't want to give any of the hosting towns a reason to not allow it in because it was obscene and it had bare breasts. She told me specifically the reason they wanted this statue was to put it in every town that featured the 10 Commandments, and if they denied it, they'd have to take the 10 Commandments out. So you see what it is? There is an agenda here. And while listening to them talk, I couldn't help but notice all they kept talking about was freedom, atheism, and freedom. They don't believe in Satan at all, except every single solitary thing they have has the upside down pentagram on it along with a little horned figure. Every single thing. Freedom, freedom, freedom. It's all I heard from all the people that were there talking. I was there for about an hour. According to this Yakima Herald, a lawyer says school district must allow after-school Satan club. They must allow it or they'll be sued. So how's that for freedom of speech right off the bat? These are the people that I saw today that were talking about freedom, 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 freedom. These aren't the exact people, but they were pretty much reasonable facsimiles thereof. According to this news article, a lawyer hired by the Mount Vernon School District has advised officials to allow Satanic Temple of Seattle to start an after-school program at one of their elementary schools. The Skagit Valley Herald reports attorney Duncan Forbes said that if the district were to deny the application, they would face costly litigation that would not end in their favor. So they're basically threatening all school districts with legal action that will cost them money they don't necessarily have if they don't allow these people the freedom. You see the ridiculousness here? Good is evil, evil is good. We're there. At any rate, let's take a look inside the gift shop.
Let's see. Here you go. Try that one. Oh, you're just getting one admission, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only $12.
Yeah, no, I got you. I just wanted to
Oh,
attend
okay.
that.
Okay, I got what you're saying. You wanted to attend.
There we go.
All right. I'm not
please.
picking up what you're putting down.
Sort of.
Cool.
Better.
So it's
Everything in
only
here
12
is obviously
$12 to get
satanic.
in, yeah?
Yes.
Now, are these items up here for sale, yeah?
Yes, they are.
I'm kidding. I'm not getting you, don't
I
worry.
almost forgot what my address was.
Well, you close.
I mean, I've been there for what, 3 weeks?
What is that thing?
At any rate, you get the idea. This is just the gift place where you go in and pay your $12, six, so you can walk around and take a look at everything. There's 1, 2, 3 rooms and 2 hallways. This is the gift shop where they sell everything to do with Satan, nothing to do with atheism, but everything to do with Satan. Yet they claim they're atheists. This is the entryway going to one of the exhibit rooms, and the exhibit rooms were filled with things that you couldn't possibly believe. The most disgusting creatures, and they were all had fully erect penises, breasts, and they were all engaged in the most despicable acts of oral, anal, and every other type of sex. There were security guards, so I really couldn't videotape in there, and I wouldn't want to show it anyways because it's too despicable and I would get a bad rating on the video, no doubt. But videos of the Baphomet statue with the children celebrating their freedom and their non-belief in God, sitting on his lap, having all sorts of fun, you get the gist of it. And there's just one room that looks like a room of horrors, which is the one I couldn't actually videotape. I've got a couple of still pictures that I'll show you at the end. This was another room where they had the legal history of the 10 Commandments, more sketches and drawings of Baphomet all over the place. That's basically all it was, for the most part. The 10 Commandments, legal history, you know, because that's their battle, getting rid of those pesky 10 Commandments. Because nobody needs the 10 Commandments, you know what I mean? According to them. This is one of the pictures, and as you can see, it's a horrific monster with gold wings and a completely erect penis. Every statue in here was an amalgamation much like this. It was a feathered item with goats' hooves on it, an erect penis, breasts, and then gold wings on it. And the rest of them were too disgusting. I can't even show them here because they were all there was about 6 total sculptures, and they were all engaged in one type or another of oral or anal sex, and there was also a mermaid with a fully erect penis and a goat's head hanging on a cross. And I'm not going to show them, I'm sorry, because it's disgusting. There was a statue for sale. Now remember, all this stuff is for sale of Tulu, like a lot of people are, things like this, basically. And they were all for sale if you were so inclined to buy them. They seem to range between $250 and $3,000. And then finally we come to the actual Baphomet statue himself.
How tall do you figure that thing is? You're walking there?
Yeah, you can sit on its lap if you
I don't want to sit on its lap, but I got you.
If you want a picture next to it, I can take one for you.
So that's easily over 6 feet tall,
It's
yeah?
like 9 feet, a ton and a half.
Of course it is. 9 feet.
Yeah.
Are they making you guys keep this in here, or is this just a personal preference? Best place to place it? Like, are they making you, like, hide it in the
I
back in a
can't
little...
do videos here, I'm sorry.
So they keep this giant 9-foot-tall statue of Baphomet in the back of the building in a large, what seems to be newly constructed storage shed of sorts where it's held. And this is it. It's surrounded by candles. There's people
I'll
out there
totally
that are
figure
very
that.
happy to talk about it. There was people out there having long, lengthy conversations about how stupid Christians are, and the word that kept popping up over and over again was rape, gang rape, freedom, gang rape, and freedom from religion, and how they don't believe in Satan at all. They're all atheists. So they simply don't believe in God. They just keep all these things around, well, you know, for the kids. At any rate, guys, I'm Richie from Boston. I went there. Here it is. I spared you a few of them because they were just absolutely disgusting. Think about what the Knights Templar were accused of doing, and that's what these statues were doing. It was absolutely disgusting. And it would be horrific for any child to see this, and it is not in any way considered art. It was simply hardcore pornography in statue form. Anyways, I am Richie from Boston, and I am out.